or Monday Mortgage Minute with your hosts, Tom McNamara and Bruce Woodburn.
All right, Tom, good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Monday
Good morning, Bruce. I did.
We got a holiday coming up.
We're in the middle of a holiday weekend.
Yep. So, hey, listen, really a lot of stuff going on in the market right now. First of all, thank you for hosting the down payment assistance and hometown heroes class we did last week. We had a full house. Man, I'm telling you what, I think the energy was high in that room, and I think that people walked away from it. I have a slew of applications on my desk for people that understand the urgency. So this morning, I'd like to talk to our friends that are listening out there a little bit more about what the sense of urgency is. What's your take on that right now?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there is a sense of urgency, right? There's limited funds. They're going to be gone in 5 or 6 months, which sounds like a long time, but it's not.
It's not.
The market is still very, very brisk. We usually get a big deluge of listings coming on the market in the summertime, and we have not yet really experienced that.
Nope.
And I don't think we're going to. Which means that we've got less inventory for those buyers that are out there trying to buy. And so it's going to be a competitive market. And, for the next foreseeable future, I don't see prices going down.
No, they're not going to go down. But here's the thing. Not only on Hometown Heroes, that money doesn't even open up until today. So it opens up today. We're going to register. I don't know. I think I've got some 40 people to register for Hometown Heroes today. That's just to lock it in, but you can't register until you're under contract to buy a home. Right. So we're going to register several people today. The money doesn't even become available till the 3rd, but it's going to go fast. And it's going fast because they opened it up to all occupations. And now people realize that this is the real deal. But there's only $100 million. Sounds like a lot of money. But now that you've opened up for not just heroes, but all occupations, it's going to go quickly. But you know what it's really interesting. Seminole County not lending any down payment assistance. Osceola County out of money. There's just county after county that is just running out of money right now because the first-time home buyer needs assistance more than they've ever needed it before. So it's just rushing in and it's sucking the money right out of it. So if you're out there and you're listening, you're a realtor, you're a builder, you're a client, you want to get in the market, you're currently a renter, I'm going to tell you something. This is no sales pitch. You better act quickly because they are all running out of money.
Yeah. And half of the county programs that I saw were out of money. So,
yeah.
And this is just a short-term, infusion. So, it's good and bad because it is going to drive more interest in buyers coming into properties. Once the limited number of listings that are out there are going to get more. It's good. So good for anybody that's looking for sure. We just got to see if we can find more sellers out there,
Yep. More sellers would be great. But the prices will start going up because the sellers realize they're still in major control. I want to switch gears and talk about the market and interest rate and what we can expect. So our great friend Jerome Powell, head of the Fed, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, has been touring all over Europe, speaking to the central banks, Portugal, Spain, and they are running into some issues there with inflation, just like we are here. So the central bank raised their central rates by 0.5 point like a week and a half ago. We expect that we're going to follow. They're starting to realize and be honest with us that inflation is absolutely not going down. We still are getting hammered by inflation. So Powell has said that we are likely in for 2 more Fed hikes. On Thursday, we lost 50 basis points in the market. So 50 basis points right off the bat. To put it in perspective for those that are listening right now, whatever loan you were getting that may have cost you 1 point or 0 points, it just went up by 0.5 point in one day. Now, That's even before the Fed has raised the Fed rate. We're probably looking at some pretty steep rate increases, like a half a point. So if you think interest rates are high now, wait till they raise the rates a couple more times. So when I say there is a call to action, get off your butt, give me a call. I'll get you pre-approved for great financing, lock you in on one of these programs so that we can get you in the market. Look, rates are going to continue to go up, but either way, everyone that's buying a home now will likely refinance sometime in around 24 months from now when they start to ease up. Hopefully, we got a new administration and things will start getting a lot better for us. But right now, the way things are going in Congress, the way things are going in the White House are not working for us, and we've got to get it under control.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't realize how much the central banks in Europe would impact us, right? In here, I thought it was more the other way around, right? That we drove the inflation out of the United States into Europe. Maybe it's just boomeranging back on us.
They
right?
all work in concert with each other. If they're not
Sure.
having an issue like we are, then they don't have to raise the rates. But inflation is looming across the globe. This is not an American issue. This is a global issue. I mean, you even see China and their banks are experiencing the same thing. There's inflation everywhere right now. So
Yeah.
it is a problem, and inflation is the arch enemy of the bond market. Mortgage rates are tied to the bonds. So when it's hammering the bonds, you're going to see interest rates on houses continue to climb
Well, I'm
mortgages
gonna make
continue to climb.
I'm gonna make the case for real estate right now, okay? Because inflation. Everybody thinks of inflation as things cost more. I look at inflation as I look at it differently. I look at it as a dollar is worth less, right?
Yes.
So if you buy a home today, you're locking in a hard asset that has a value that's way more than the actual money that you're putting into it, right? And so as those dollars are devalued, you are actually gaining
You've locked it in.
exponentially. Exactly.
Well put, Tom. Very well put. It puts that in perspective because we feel it as things are costing more, but in reality, the dollar is worth less. Now,
That's
we
right.
all know we go to the grocery store and things are costing more, right?
Sure, they absolutely are. It's you're just spending more dollars on them. But my point being, gosh, 15 years ago, somebody having a $3,000 mortgage was almost unheard of, right?
Oh my gosh.
Because that would have been a $600,000 house. Well, now, right? No, that's common.
375,
right?
you're into 32 to $3,500.
Exactly. And so those dollars 20 years from now are going to be very small payments compared to what they are today.
It becomes the new norm, right?
It becomes the new norm.
But here's the alternative. You either buy now, suck up the payment on it, we'll refinance it later, or you continue to rent. All these down payment assistance programs are going to be gone. So then you're going to be out again. If you don't look at doing something right now, you could be out for potentially 4 to 5 years. And if you look and add up how much rent you're going to pay in 4 to 5 years, you would be far better off to own a home and suck up a little bit more payments and start eating, a little bit more hot dogs and just cutting back on your expenses. You can put the Harley Davidson off. You can put the Boston Whaler off. I
don't know, Bruce. Those hot dogs are getting pretty expensive. I didn't see the 4th of July the update for this year. I remember a couple of years ago I heard it went down like 4 cents, and they were like pretty excited about it. But I think I'll bet your barbecue's up quite a bit this year.
I'm certain that it is. I'm absolutely certain that it is. Let's switch gears again. Talk about inventory. We talked about not that much inventory. We talked about that there just isn't enough homes on the market. Builders can't build fast enough. Down payment assistance doesn't work for new construction the way it does for existing homes. Why? Because a builder can't determine whether that down payment assistance program is going to have any money when they finish building your home.
Yeah,
so it doesn't work for them as well. You really need to focus on existing products. Now, if it's an inventory home, then the builder might find some appeal in that when an offer comes in, but typically they don't, and they don't need to choose somebody that's getting down payment assistance. There's enough people that want to buy their product right now and will put 20, 25% down and have 800 credit scores.
Well, Bruce, there's one place that I've seen that be a little bit different, and this is where working with a professional that's got their finger on the pulse all the time can really help. Because I'm seeing in some of the outskirts areas, like specifically down in Davenport, that some of these tract builders actually have inventory they're trying to sell.
Yes.
And so if they have inventory, that's a great place for a first-time home buyer. And Davenport's a great area for the first-time home buyer with everything that's going on being built down there, not just the homes, but all the businesses and ancillary stuff that's going on. I think that might be an exciting place.
I think it's a great opportunity. Now,
yeah.
Share with, so we have realtors watching this right now. We have the general public and we're in social media, but now the average person doesn't realize that they can hire a real estate professional to help them negotiate new construction. They think that they just walk into the model center and meet the salesperson and they go into contract. Well, you can do that, but then you have no representation. So call Tom so that he can represent you and negotiate for you. They may be able to negotiate some additional closing costs, maybe some free features. You never know. It might be a garage door opener or an upgraded refrigerator. Could be any number of things that you can assist them with. Is that correct?
Usually, yeah, absolutely. It's usually things like incentives, right? It's not usually price because they don't want to lower their prices because it kind of makes everybody mad. But
it also affects their future appraised value. So they're not gonna come off the price, but they might give you some.
They'll give you free stuff. They'll give you free updates for upgrades. They'll give, as you mentioned, or they'll give you more closing cost assistance, whatever it is. There's quite a bit of stuff going on in some of those places. That, if that's where you want to be, if you were thinking about Kissimmee, Davenport's not much further and you can get a much better deal and potentially use that down payment assistance.
So if you're out there, you're looking to buy right now, don't wait. Don't wait. These programs are going and interest rates going to go up. It's going to get harder and harder. If you buy a 375 house right now, and even though your payment may be $3,200 to $3,500, depending on taxes and insurance, and I mean all in, okay? And that's with minimum down payment. That's with 3%, 3.5%. That's about where your payment's going to be. But if you can swing it, I want you to put this in perspective. If your home goes up by 5% in value per year, which is a general average that we experience, we're not seeing that today, but that's going to come back pretty quickly. And as soon as interest rates drop, it's probably going to shoot up to 10 to 15%, maybe even more like we saw in COVID. But I want you to put this in perspective. 5% annual appreciation on a 375 house means that you're making $1,600 a month in appreciation. So if your payment's $3,200, you're actually making $1,600. Cut that payment in half. Now owning a house is cheaper than renting.
It always is. It always is.
I got to run.
Yeah,
I got
to
see if I can get a deal on some hot dogs to put on the barbecue tomorrow. And you have a great 4th of July. Hey, listen, for all our listeners out there and watchers, thank you for joining us on the show. I hope we bring value. If you have a topic that you'd like us to address, please communicate with this website or go to webringyouhome.com or text me at 407-250-9144. We'd love to entertain your topics. But look, time is of the essence. Time is right now. These programs are running out and we are here to help you. So, hey, have a great holiday week.
All right, Bruce. You take care, man.
Yeah.